freaking I am actually I'm actually excited. I'm actually going to sit here and tell you that what I thought and I felt in my gut, in my heart, is that DC has a chance here. It's a small chance. We've had the Snyder Cut. We had Wonder Woman 1984. What a mess. But DC has, after the fandom, it has me slightly very excited. Because to me, I love Marvel. I think Marvel has done a fantastic job, and I don't think it's overrated of how they've handled things, how Kevin Feige has handled the whole MCU, like their formulas, their tactics, they're the greatest, man. They're the Muhammad Ali of the superhero movie genre. But then here comes Frasier. I think DC, I've always said that DC always has a shot. It's been years and they haven't been able to counter. They haven't been able to really land a solid right hook. They've had nice little moments. You know, I think the Snyder Cut really worked. I did think it was a little bit bloated with the runtime, but I thought it worked. It was a lot better than the Whedon one. Wonder Woman came, the first one, and it was a nice little hit. It was a nice solid film. Yes, the third act kind of is messy, but it's a great movie. It's a great movie. There's great stuff in there. It's a great, almost complete film. One of the best DC produced film. I like Man of Steel. Hated Batman v Superman. You know, Aquaman, super silly, but I can see why people had fun with it. But they haven't had the same success as Marvel, a consistent success. I really liked Shazam, but it didn't really do that great in the box office. But they're doing Shazam 2, and here comes Black Adam. So here's my point, is that Marvel, this is the time, DC. This is the time to strike. You need to strike right now. The lineup you have, it could really work, man. You got a lot of fun movies coming out. You need the critics behind you, and you absolutely need the audience behind you. And what DC Fandome showed me is they're capable of landing that hook. Because in my opinion, I know I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm not speaking for all the Marvel fans, for even like people who love going to the film. But for my opinion, I think Marvel is getting stale. Shang-Chi didn't really do it for me. There's some good things about it, but there's a lot of bad things. Black Widow, same formula. A lot of bad, questionable things. The Disney Plus series are really a hit and a miss, in my opinion. So Marvel, to me, has not been A++. The product they've been giving me is the same stuff. And I think I said this a while ago, is that sometimes you need a dark and grittier experience, right? You're not going to continue to watch action. Sometimes you want a comedy. So Marvel gives me too much comedies at times. But sometimes you want a drama. Sometimes you really want to really feel that kind of reality hit you in the face. You want something a little bit more serious, something more toned down, or at least if it is toned up, something that's a little bit more unique, a little bit more edginess to it. Well, Marvel can do that. It still has sustained the same formula. So my point is that DC can land a haymaker right here. And absolutely, the biggest buzz out of the fandom is the Batman. Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves. I love Matt Reeves' work in the Planet of the Apes trilogy. He did a fantastic job. The look of those films, the feel, the tone, the acting, all across the board. Now, him getting his hands on a Batman film and seeing not only the first trailer blowing me away, but now the second trailer doing what it needs to do. Not giving too much away, especially with the Riddler, a little bit of the Penguin, and a little bit of the Catwoman. But the trailer was amazing. It was great because I still don't know the core thing about this film. But you see a lot of the imagery, you get the tone of the film, you get the look of the film, but you don't really know how it's going to play out, right? I love it. Robert Pattinson looks fantastic in the suit. He's a thinner Batman, not a thinner, but yeah, I say he's like a Christian Bale kind of Batman where he's a little bit more agile, ninja-like. He's not Ben Affleck, and I do like Ben Affleck as Batman, and we'll talk about him in a moment. But Ben Affleck's a brawler, but this is great, man. The posters look great. I love the red and black. Now, what's really selling me is the fact that they're saying that this is going to be more noir and more of a kind of like a serial killer type of film. This is going to be more of Batman using his detective work, and I have not gotten that in any of the Batman films. I need him to be smarter or go cat and mouse with a villain that is as smart as him. And the Riddler is a perfect villain to do that. So the Batman right off the bat is making headlines, buzzing everywhere. This is the film I think that's going to crush a lot of Marvel films that are going to happen next year. And this comes out next year. I don't know if it's going to crush Spider-Man. Now, Doctor Strange 2 is going to be very interesting because what's exciting with the Marvel over there is that the multiverse, right? The multiverse is the biggest excitement. DC has its own, but I don't think it's generating as much buzz as the Batman. And there's a reason why Christopher Nolan films were making huge money and why people were so pleased with those films, and why before we got into the early stages of Marvel and the Avengers, like Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale were they were the ones that were changing the game. Heath Ledger was changing the game. So this movie, I couldn't believe how still I could be so interested, even though seeing so many interpretations of Batman on film. But this got me going, man. This got me super excited. Another one I'm super excited is the Harley Quinn series. The Harley Quinn anime series. The Harley Quinn anime series is amazing. Katie, was it Coco or Kaylee Kolick? The chick from Big Bang Theory. I don't like Penny, but I love her as a Harley. I think the Harley anime series is probably one of the funniest shows I've seen in years. Season 3 is official. Her and Poison Ivy are going to get into shenanigans. Kite Man, I want to see Kite Man to see how he rebounds that ass. Kite Man's awesome, man. The whole show is amazing. I couldn't really sit and not think about the Harley Quinn anime series when I was watching the James Gunn Suicide Squad. But it's awesome, man. I love it. They gave you a little teaser, a little taste. So I'm looking forward to that. I have full confidence that the show is still going to be A++, especially with Bane coming back. Speaking of James Gunn Suicide Squad, that was another fun movie, but it bombed. But I still think DC has a chance. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I like the first Shazam. They showed you a little bit of a teaser on this one. I think Shazam, I don't know if there's really too much of a big audience for that. I think Shazam is a nice little to set up what I think everybody is going to be talking about, and it's going to generate a lot of money, and that's The Rock's Black Adam. The Rock's Black Adam, like Black Adam, man, like that teaser was awesome. It looks kind of remind me of the Mummy a little bit, but it looks so much fun, especially when he's summoned. Oh my god, like I got more excited now. I wasn't as excited, but now I'm pretty excited for the Black Adam, and hopefully it's not as schlocky. I know it's going to be a little bit schlocky, but I just hope it's not full on schlock and we do get a couple serious moments, but I'm ready to have fun with Black Adam. Batman Caped Crusader, more Batman, but the Caped Crusader is like an updated Batman animated series, so I'm looking forward to see what that is all about. Titans, I still haven't watched Titans. I know a lot of people like Titans. especially Young Justice too. You know, Young Justice is a big thing for sure. Yeah, Catwoman Hunted. So one of the other big haymaker that could happen is DC's own, you know, multiverse, so to speak, Elseworlds. You had the Flash film, man. You had the Flash film. You had two Ezra Millers. You have Superman's daughter. And yeah, Michael Keaton. Not showing Michael Keaton fully. Good. Hold back, just showing the back of the cowl gets me super excited, especially when Ezra Miller's about to showcase the Batmobile. You don't see it just yet, but you know it's the Batmobile. Like, this is I don't think it's going to be as successful as Marvel's, like buzz-wise, generating money-wise, but it has a chance to compete with that multiverse storytelling-wise, critic appraisal-wise. But when it comes to the multiverse, people are going to go more towards the Marvel because, you know, Spider-Man is their Batman. And it's so, every different variations of Spider-Man is so interesting. And how can you, I'm glad they're bringing Michael Keaton in. That's a big ball move. And then you have Ben Affleck's Batman going to be in there as well. Like, that's pretty epic. The only way that DC could really kick ass and really give it to Marvel if the movie is really good. The Flash movie has to be good. It can't be mediocre. It has to be good. And 2, a cameo that we did not see coming. If they bring in Christian Bale or Joseph Levitt Gordon, talk about the buzz and the word of mouth after watching that film. And if you have either of those cameos, bro, you DC, I hope you have some cards up your sleeve. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're just going to have Michael and Ben. Because everything gets leaked, right? Toby and Andrew we know they're going to, they better be. We know they're going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. This is the big buzz. And then there's going to be implications. And then now Venom. Like, there's a lot of things. Spider-Man is what is getting people talking. This is why Marvel wanted to continue with Sony. If you let Spider-Man go and you're not able to use anything, it would have been a huge downfall for Marvel. The thing that's keeping Marvel afloat more and more seems to be Spider-Man and also Doctor Strange, who is tied in with Spider-Man. So Spider-Man is keeping the web going. So I can't wait for the Flash, though. Peacemaker, I think John Cena, I don't know about the show, but I think it's a nice little, it could be definitely a home run for HBO Max. They need a show for sure. Aquaman, Lost Kingdom. I'll be honest with you, I'm not looking forward to this because Amber Heard's in it, and actors that I dislike, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they're actors. I usually go and watch their films anyway. Like I can't stand Sean Penn, but he's a great actor, and I like some of his movies. Tom Cruise, I like some of his movies. I can't with Amber Heard. Amber Heard is such an evil woman. I can't support that, man. Like, garbage, Amber Heard. You're garbage. So her being them, that's the biggest thing, man. Them letting her be part of the sequel. I mean, they should have got Emilia Clarke, honestly. I would have been totally fine with that, but Amber Heard in the sequel to Aquaman really kind of just disdains. It brings bad taste in my mouth. I don't want to watch it then. I will watch it later on, but for me to see it right out of the gate, I just can't see myself doing it. So my point is that DC has a chance to really land a haymaker. It's a small chance because we know the reputation, we know the consistency that Warner Brothers does over there, or the DC. It's not good. It's been a bad track record, and they can't even generate money with their good movies like James Gunn's Suicide Squad. But I think the fandom did its purpose, got buzz going. You got to start now. These films got to be really unique, really have a word of mouth, and really got to be good in order to actually land this haymaker on Marvel. Because I think for the first time, I really feel like Marvel even though box office wise is not telling you this, but I feel like there is a little vulnerability. I feel like there is a chance to step up and get even closer to Marvel. Now, it's going to be a hard step up because, multiverse Spider-Man. That's what it is, right? But they could do it, and I believe in DC, so I want competition. And if you have competition, box office-wise, and DC actually does something, then that means Marvel has to step up their game. That means they have to bring product that's a little bit better than just your typical formula. So, absolutely looking forward to seeing these films, and the fandom, DC Fandome, I think was a major hit. I think it created a lot of buzz. I cannot wait. Thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Like the video, so push that thumbs up, and then also, hit the bell icon to get notified for all my videos. What do you guys think? Do you think DC has a chance here? Can they land a haymaker, or is it just going to be the same old thing where Marvel is still top dog? I want to hear it. Thank you guys. I'm Danny Maggie, son. I'm out here.